Most concealed carry mistakes don't happen during the draw. They happen long before that moment. They happen when people choose the wrong gear, when they assume comfort is more important than capability, when they believe the internet's best carry gun will automatically work for them. And in 2026, one mistake stands above all the others. It's not caliber. It's not capacity. It's not even the gun itself. The biggest concealed carry mistake today is how people think about the entire system of concealed carry. The gun, the holster, the training, the clothing, and the habits that determine whether the firearm is actually accessible when it matters. Because the truth is simple. A carry gun that isn't accessible under stress is just extra weight on your belt. Today, we're breaking down the biggest concealed carry mistake in 2026, why so many people unknowingly make it, how it shows up in real-world situations, and what serious carriers do differently. This isn't theory. This is the reality experience shooters discover after thousands of draws and years of daily carry. Mistaking comfort for capability. The concealed carry world has changed dramatically in the last decade. Micro-compact pistols exploded in popularity. Manufacturers rushed to create smaller, thinner, lighter guns that disappear under almost any clothing. At first glance, this seems perfect. Smaller gun, easier concealment, problem solved. But what many new carriers discover after extended training is that extremely small pistols come with serious trade-offs. Shorter barrels reduce sight radius. Lightweight frames increase recoil impulse. Tiny grips reduce control during rapid fire. A pistol that feels easy to carry may become difficult to shoot well under pressure. Many experienced shooters eventually move back to slightly larger pistols. Compact platforms like the Glock 19 from Glock GmbH or similar designs, because the extra size dramatically improves control and accuracy. The mistake isn't buying a small pistol. The mistake is assuming the smallest pistol is always the best carry gun, ignoring the holster. Another mistake that dominates concealed carry discussions in 2026 is holster quality. Many new carriers spend significant time researching firearms, but treat the holster as an afterthought. Cheap holsters, poor retention, weak belt clips, or soft materials create serious problems. A holster must do three critical things: secure the firearm, protect the trigger, allow a consistent draw. If any of those fail, the entire system fails. High-quality holsters maintain their shape even when the gun is drawn. This allows safe reholstering without pointing the muzzle in unsafe directions. They also position the grip in a way that allows a consistent draw stroke. The holster is not an accessory. It is half the carry system. And ignoring that fact is one of the most common mistakes concealed carriers make. Carrying without training the draw. Owning a concealed carry pistol and carrying it every day are two different things. But even that isn't enough. A surprising number of carriers rarely practice their draw stroke from concealment. Range sessions often focus on shooting accuracy from the firing line, but defensive use begins before the first shot is fired. The draw. Under stress, the body relies on repetition. If drawing from concealment has never been practiced, fumbling with clothing or grip acquisition becomes extremely likely. Clothing interference is one of the biggest real-world obstacles during defensive draws. A jacket, hoodie, or untucked shirt can easily slow access if the draw stroke has not been practiced with those garments. Serious concealed carriers spend time practicing safe draw techniques with unloaded firearms to build consistency. Without that repetition, even the best carry gun becomes difficult to deploy. The gun-only mindset. Many concealed carriers focus entirely on the firearm itself. Which model? Which caliber? Which brand? But concealed carry is a complete system. The belt matters. The holster matters. The clothing matters. The positioning of the firearm matters. Even posture and movement patterns influence concealment and accessibility. Experienced carriers often adjust wardrobe choices around their carry setup. Slight changes in clothing structure can dramatically improve concealment while maintaining accessibility. Ignoring these details leads to inconsistent carry habits. And inconsistency leads to one of the worst concealed carry outcomes, leaving the gun behind because it feels inconvenient. A defensive firearm only works if it's actually present. Overconfidence without awareness. Another concealed carry mistake in 2026 is psychological rather than mechanical. Some carriers develop a sense of security simply because they are armed. A firearm is a last resort tool, but carrying a firearm does not replace awareness, judgment, or avoidance. Situational awareness remains the most important defensive skill. Recognizing potential threats early allows people to create distance, change direction, or avoid dangerous environments entirely. Not the first solution. Experienced defensive shooters emphasize awareness because most violent encounters can be avoided before they escalate. Overconfidence often comes from focusing on the tool instead of the mindset behind its use, carrying without understanding legal responsibility. Concealed carry also involves legal and ethical responsibility. Laws governing concealed carry vary widely depending on location. Responsible carriers stay informed about where firearms are legally permitted and where restrictions apply. Safe storage practices are also critical, especially in homes where unauthorized access could occur. A concealed carry firearm is not just a personal tool. It carries legal and moral obligations. Failing to understand those responsibilities is a mistake that can have consequences far beyond the range. Why the system matters more than the gun. When experienced instructors talk about concealed carry, they often emphasize one concept. The gun is only one piece of the puzzle. A well-designed pistol from companies such as Sig Sauer, Smith & Wesson, or Glock GmbH can be extremely effective, but the platform alone does not determine defensive capability. The combination of firearm, holster, training, awareness, and consistency creates the real concealed carry system. When that system works together, concealed carry becomes both practical and responsible. When one part fails, the entire system weakens. The biggest concealed carry mistake in 2026 isn't choosing the wrong pistol. It's believing the pistol alone is the answer. Concealed carry is a system built from multiple parts: the firearm, the holster, the belt, the clothing, the training, and the awareness that guides every decision. When people focus only on the gun, they miss the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is what determines whether concealed carry works when it matters most. Serious carriers understand that the goal isn't simply to own a firearm. The goal is to build a system that allows them to carry responsibly, access the firearm efficiently, and maintain awareness that helps them avoid danger whenever possible. Because